Hi, I'm Elise Escobar with the local Artistry, and I'm here with Jeremy Bridgman, the author of Darci the Drummer Takes Drum Lessons. And let's get started.
All right.
So, you're a musician as well, right?
Yes, I am. I'm a drummer in a local band here called Art and the Resistance.
Cool. So, are these characters like completely fictional, or are they based off of people you know?
The character of Darci especially is based on a combination of my experiences with my own childhood and also the experience that my own children have with their growing up in a musical household and taking music lessons. Most of my kids right now are in a series of piano lessons. They've taken violin lessons, ukulele lessons, and I never had lessons as a kid, but I've always been interested in the drums. I started playing the drums from a very young age, so I'm mostly self-taught. But Darci kind of, she has that desire to really go forward with drums like I really had as a kid. And if I were able to take lessons as a kid, I think I would have been a lot farther along even today as a drummer. And so it's a combination of characteristics and experiences that I have and my own children have.
Decision to make the drummer of your story, Darci, a girl, was that intentional?
Yes, and it was actually an evolved decision. I actually started out, the character was originally going to be a boy and his name was going to be Danny. But because I have 3 girls and I have 1 boy, it sort of shifted for me, the ratio. And I also thought it would be a compelling story to have the character be a girl, where you don't see a lot of encouragement with girls playing the drums or taking lessons to be a drummer. And so that really struck home with me, and it also related to how my own girls are also as interested as my own boy is in playing the drums. They have piano lessons, they have violin, and my own son will take piano lessons and things to get that musical base, but you know, it's not uncommon for my oldest girl especially to just get on my drum set and figure out a pattern that she's been working on or try to come up with something new.
So have you always wanted to be a writer, or is this just kind of new?
I haven't always wanted to be a writer. My primary goals in life have been to be music minded when it comes to my creativity and trying to put things out in the world, you know, and hence the reason why I'm still a drummer. I still want to make music. I do music recording at my home studio. But I remember something from one of my high school English teachers. She really encouraged me as far as some of my short stories. She really liked the way that I wrote some of my stories, and so that's always kind of stayed with me. It was that sort of thing, and then having kids, reading a lot of children's picture books to them, going through the experience of having them in lessons and teaching them music and hearing their progression, which has been amazing, to really just kind of write a story about a kid going through this process, you know, and so I tried my hand at it. And honestly, what really helped me move forward with continuing was when I started the story and when I had my first draft of the manuscript, going to Gabby and saying, hey, can you do a cover for me? Can you do a concept cover of what the book might look like? And she did an amazing job. We fell in love with it, and that's when I knew from there that we were going to finish the story, we were going to put out a book and hope it's a success.
So how do you think being a musician affects you as a writer?
I think it's very hard to write. I think it's very hard to paint. I think it's very hard to come up with something musically if you're not connected to it somehow. I think there's an emotional depth that's required to really put something out that's genuine, and so that to me was what helped me with the story. Having the experience that I did as a kid, playing the drums and things like that, having my own children go through that, and then knowing what it's like to actually improve in your skills, form a band. You know, all the various things that can happen when you're a musician. These are things that I want to apply to Darci, and I want to continue the story of Darci with more stories and have her form a band. I want her to go through the experience of what it's like to play a show or to play a talent competition, things like that. If I were to try to summarize the message of Darci the drummer, it would be to one, pursue your passion, to two, receive instruction in order to become good at that passion, and three, practice. And so that would be really the main message that I want to portray in the book. When you want to pursue a certain instrument, I mean, you have to have a good foundation of support there in order to build upon it. And so taking lessons, getting that practice in, and even if you can't afford lessons, there are many resources out there, especially on the internet, YouTube, whatever, that people offer lessons for free. They tell you how to go through the instrument, how to learn the instrument, what to do when you're stuck or whatever. And my kids even started to learn some of the ukulele using online lessons, YouTube, and things like that. And so even if you don't have the resources to actually go into lessons or put your kids into lessons, there are other avenues to take in order to foster that creativity, foster your passion, and learn it and do well with it.